Hi everyone and welcome to Tonic Studios. My name is Rosh and today I will be making the spooky sweet gift box. So hi everyone, welcome back. Today I will be making the spooky sweet gift box from the latest Craft Kit 96, and to give you an example of what it makes a gift box. This is one I have made for my samples. It makes a gift box. I believe it says gift bag, but this is actually a gift box. So you slide the headstone open, and then you can also slide it down again to close it. And for this one, I've just used the skeleton and shadow die to cut out a skeleton just sitting on the edge of that box. So it's a really simple make. The actual box itself is 3 panels, so let's put one together. I have, as always, cut all my pieces out, and I'm just going to bring in my precision tool so that we can put one together. So for this then, you will need 2 of these panels. You will need 1 of these panels, and you need 2 of these panels. So I have already cut my decoration pieces out. I've used some of the rub-ons in the kit. I've got a skeleton, I've got Frankenstein, and I've got a mummy, a couple of bats, a couple of pumpkins, some spiders, and I've just cut out the decorative elements as well. Sorry, you do also need 1 of these pieces here, which will be the strength part for your closure. I've actually cut out 2 pieces to make it a little bit sturdy, and you do also need your headstone, and I've cut that out in the gloss mirror card, which is in black. We will do some rub-ons today. I've cut the headstone out, so we'll put that together, but let's put the box together first. So for this then, all you need to do is go ahead and burnish all your score lines. It's a nice simple box with nice straight edges. I am using 240 GSM black smooth card from the kit. I'm using the black mirror card, and I'm using the Lunar Silver pearlescent card. So I'm just going ahead and folding all those score lines. And then what you need to do is, I'm using my Nuvo Deluxe, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply some glue onto one of the base pieces. Make sure you take the glue right to the edge. And we're going to join two of these pieces together. Make sure it's nice and neat. And then I'm just going to press that down. So then you bring in this piece here. I'll let that dry for a second. I'm going to take my strengthening panels. As mentioned, I'm using 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to that piece. And I'm going to join 2 of those pieces together. Make sure they line up and those slits on the sides don't overlap or anything. So you've got that, and then you need to attach this piece onto here. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue again. And you need to stick this on the rough side of the card so it doesn't show. So make sure you line it up nicely and then just press that down. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply glue to this tab here, and then we are going to, is it on that tab? Yes, it is. Just double checking. So I'm going to apply glue to that tab there, and no, it's not, it's on this tab here, that one there. So just going to go ahead and apply glue to this tab. I'm going to flip this over, tap this through, wipe away any excess glue, and then press that down. Like that. You can go ahead and fold where those score lines are, like so. So now we are going to apply glue to these tabs here, and then we're going to join this up. So again, make sure you take your glue right up to that edge. Just going to open that back up again, and I'm just going to glue that panel down. I'm going to do the same on this side. And what you'll notice here is you've got small glue tabs. So open this part up, fold those down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And then you're going to go ahead and apply glue to those tabs there. And then you are going to press those down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now would be a really good time to see where those slits are. If you tuck those in between those two tabs there, you can go ahead and also fold this section there as well. That might be easier. And then go ahead and tuck those in between those two side tabs. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing on this side. Apply glue here and on those two tabs. There you should have your main part of your box, and this will slide open and close. Okay, so let's let that dry for a moment. I'm going to then move on to the rub-on. Now I just wanted to point out, and it might be easier if I show you it like this. If you decide to cut out the layering panel that goes on your headstone like that, I'm not using this piece. This is for another make. But if you do it like that and then go to put your rub-on top, it's the opposite way. So I would flip it once you've cut it out, flip it, because then you'll find that the pattern, the cut on this headstone will match up with your rub-on. So as you can see, the rough edge that aligns on the wrong side. But even when you put it on the wrong side, once you apply your rub-on, you can actually smooth out the edges with your precision tool. So I just wanted to point that out, and it is the same for all the other pieces. I tend to find you can put the rub-on on card first and then cut it through your machine, but to get a nice even border, I find it easier to cut the cardstock out first and then apply the rub-on, because you can see where it needs to go. Whereas when you cut it with the die, it's not always easy to see. You kind of roughly guess where it's going. So for me, I personally prefer to cut the cardstock out and then apply the rub-on. So hopefully that makes sense. So for this then, I am using the mirror card, the black mirror card, and all I'm going to do is peel off the rub-on. Try not to damage it with your nails. And then get a pair of tweezers. Make sure your surface is nice and clean. And then you need to kind of see where you're placing this. And make sure you've got a nice even border. I think I'm just going to go ahead and place it on there like that. Now there is a lollipop stick in your rub-on, but I'm just going to go ahead and use my precision tool. When you're rubbing the rub on, you will see it slightly change color. Now, I've never applied it onto mirror card before, but I think it's the same principle, but we will find out now. When you go to take this off as well, do it gently so that you don't accidentally pull it off too quickly and it hasn't all stuck down. So I've got a bit of an air bubble here, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so I am going to gently peel this. If I can get my nail in. Gently going to pull this away. And as you do it gently, you can see whether it's left on the film. So mine so far, perfect. And that has applied absolutely beautifully. So as you can see, you can gently go over it with your finger just to make sure everything's stuck down nicely, and mine has. Okay, let's move these bits out of the way. So now is the fun part where we get to decorate. So I'm going to move this to one side for a second. These are the side panels. I've already glued 2 of them together, and all we're going to do is layer our verso panel. So I've cut this out again in black mirror card, and I'm using Lunar Silver. So all I'm going to do is apply glue around the edge, and I'm just going to put dots of glue on these thinner pieces here. With mirror card, if you have excess glue and it seeps through, don't worry too much, because you can go in gently and take it off. But if you're backing it onto pearlescent card, that's a little bit more difficult. So dab any glue you might have. If you're allergic to the glue on the back of your hand, do use a piece of paper to dab it on, or like a glass mat, because that you can clean up. So I'm just going ahead and pressing all that down. Let that dry for a second. I'm going to do the same with this panel here. Okay, so I'm going to bring in these 2 side panels here, and I'm going to glue these panels down. Leaving a nice even border all the way around. So now I'm just going to go ahead and apply these pieces on the larger side panels here. So I'm going to apply glue from here to there. I'm not applying glue to that slight point on the top there, because that will be visible, slightly visible. So I'm just going to line this up with the side here, and you're going to press that down. Do the same on this side. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the front and back panel. Okay, so now those panels are stuck down. It's starting to have some character to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply glue to this panel here, and I'm going to place my headstone on. So I'm just applying glue to this rectangle piece here. And I'm going to slip this in here like that. And it should level butt up against that, these side tabs here. So give that a good press. Perfect. So that will then close like that and then open. So now we're going to decorate. So for that then, I am going to bring in my mummy and my skeleton. So I think I'm going to have my skeleton, mummy poking out like that onto there. So I'm just going to apply some glue onto here, and I'm going to tuck him behind there like that, and then I'm going to apply some glue to my skeleton, and then I'm going to stick him onto here like that. So they're both hiding or peeping from behind the headstone. That won't compromise anything, it will still close because I've kept it above that line as well. And then we are going to have, I think Frankenstein we're going to have at the front with a couple of pumpkins. Now, I just want to quickly show you. This is a pumpkin. As I went to rub it on, I pulled it too fast, and this piece here, that side of the pumpkin, was still on my on the film. So I went back in and reapplied it, but obviously I missed it by a mark. So again, that doesn't matter. I think it gives it a bit of a spooky look anyway, but I'm going to be overlapping two of my pumpkins like that together anyway, so it's not going to be seen. I'm going to attach my Frankenstein, so I'm just going to apply glue to here. I'm not going to put too much glue on because it's going to go on to some mirror card here. Let's put him on like so. You just need to wait a second as it's going on to mirror card. Well, 3 different types of card really. You've got the lunar silver, pearlescent, the mirror card and the smooth black. So he's going to go on there. I'm then going to apply some glue and attach a couple of these pumpkins. One there. Take another one. And then put that one there. Like that. I do have a couple of bats as well. So I think I'm just gonna apply some glue and attach this one at the front here. And then one more. That can go onto the headstone up here. Like that. And then I've got some spiders. So stick one here. Stick one there. So that's perfect. I'm just going to bring in some of my Picket Fence Distress ink and one of the Tonic Studios finger daubers, and I'm just going to add, just distress it a little bit. You can also do this with the grey matter expanded mousse that's also in the kit. Just going to do the back here as well. And then I think I'm just going to go in with some, so we've got the Stone Drop in Morning Fog, and we've got the Nuvo Drop in Windsor Wine. So I'm just going to take some of this Windsor Wine and then apply some drops. These are self-leveling drops as well, if you haven't used them before. I think I'm going to leave it like that. You can go ahead and do all the panels if you want. And then I'm going to take some of the grey matter, Morning Fog, and I just want to add just a tiny bit, just to add a bit of I'm going to dab it on with my finger just to give it a bit of a gritty look. This is obviously on mirror card, so it will take a little bit longer to dry. So oh, we don't want it on his body, do we? Let's wipe that way. And yeah, I think that's perfect. You can also, I have opened this tub, you can also go in with some of the mousse. Now I haven't got my palette next to me, but let me just take it up with this. So as you can see, the consistency, it is an expanding mousse, but you can also use the mousse just to distress some of the edge here too, which I think definitely adds a nice finish. So you can distress it up. With the mousses, don't dip any water-based products inside, so like water pens and things, because you can contaminate it and it can go moldy. So always take from the pot onto another surface before you apply it. I think that will do. There we go. Okay, I think that's my project complete. Hopefully this has inspired you. If you haven't bought this kit, I recommend you get it, because this is the first ever Halloween kit that Tonic have done. So hopefully that has made it oh, let's just move these bits out of the way. Hopefully that has helped, and you'll enjoy this kit. So thank you so much for watching. I'll just bring in my other one as well so you can see what they look like. Hopefully you can see that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.